Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the show today. This is your RJ, and today we're going to talk about animation. Yes, animation as an engagement marketing tactic. How cool is it? Is it worth the effort? If so, where should you put it in your marketing cycle? We will answer all of those questions and more because animation, for me, hey, it's the bomb. But before that, there's this. If you don't know me, my name is RJ Redden, and entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole or they're a carbon copy of everybody else, and they have a heck of a time getting traction online. So I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. So, welcome to the show today. Today is a special day. I love animation. I love anime. Since Saturday morning cartoons, which were a thing a very long time ago. I have always loved animation. It's cute, it's funny, it's a little bit of a distraction from the normal. As we progress into 2021 and beyond, these endless Zoom meetings, it's just gonna be here for the foreseeable future. Breaking that monotony, even, not certainly during a Zoom meeting, but breaking that monotony in your marketing, in your posts, everywhere that you are and that you can be is a good thing. It's a good thing because it's different. Because 9 out of 10 are going to be, kind of the same looking stuff. So, my friends, animation. You'll also notice if you're looking really closely that my background is moving. Special treat today. This background moves. In fact, every once in a while, the Loch Ness Monster shows up. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, so let's talk about the value of animation. Let's talk about where and why you can add this to your mix to have more engaging marketing. First of all, anything that stops the doom scroll is good. It's just good. You need it. We all need it, right? Now I know a lot of people are, kind of change their social habits around the time of elections and things like that. Good for you. I don't spend too much time myself on social media unless it has to do for work. I really don't. I don't spend too much time. I do love to make friends and connections and build new relationships. It's just not necessarily, social media is not how I do it. It's not really built for such a thing. I do spend a bit of time on LinkedIn, but that's not really a social network per se. I mean, I suppose it could be included. Anyway, talking about that doom scroll, talking about scrolling through a ton of articles, a ton of images, videos as well. Everybody knows video is the way to go. Everybody does. But animation is that one thing that you can do to spice up your video routine that kind of breaks the mold a little bit. And these videos are really, really placed well, I think. Now, there are a couple of kinds of we're going to talk about long form animation today. We're not going to talk GIFs today. GIFs is tomorrow's subject, and that's going to be a great show. We're talking long form animation. We're talking about, a lot of times we're talking about explainer videos. So there are a couple of kinds. There's those explainer videos, which kind of demonstrate a product or a service. Those are good things. A lot of people use a program called Doodly for that. And Doodly is It's just what it sounds like. It's it's whiteboard explanation, pictures and words, and it explains a situation, or it demonstrates something, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff, especially if you've got something that, if you're doing something that's brand new, you don't necessarily, you deal with the problem that I had when I first started in chatbots 3 years ago, and that is, what is this thing that she's talking about? What does this mean? And it was kind of tough to explain. I would try explanations like, well, it's like a virtual digital assistant that sits in your messenger inbox and waits for people to come and click and play with her. That's basically how I described it for a lot of years. I also said that chatbots were conversations on steroids. That kind of helped people understand. But I specifically bought Doodly because here's something that here is something that will explain it kind of step by step. It's sort of a hold your hand explanation, which I think is, come on, that's got to be awesome, right? Something that takes the time to explain something to you. If you've got anything in your repertoire of products and services that you offer, that you say you say what it is and people go, what? Might want to try one of these explainer videos. They're pretty cool. And I know that Doodly is not the only piece of software out there. There are other ones, obviously, but it really is, it's easy to use. Once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use. You can put images in there, logos. They've got some stuff for you to use in there. And that is kind of just basically your whiteboard explanation time, is Doodly and those kinds of videos. Now, there are a couple of other pieces of software too. From the makers of Doodly comes Toonly, and it is basically an explainer video, but it's got a little bit more cartoon characters and settings and layouts and different stuff that you can do with the characters. So that's a little less explaining it by writing it out and drawing it out, and more explaining it by using something in a situation, product or service in the situation that it solves. You'll see a lot of these videos. Actually, I have seen a ton of these videos on websites that are selling, the sales page of a website that's selling some software. Oh my gosh, almost everyone has an animation at the beginning of it, a long form animation. So pretty fun stuff. I like it because it allows you to kind of express your brand in a different way. And that, to me, that's always an opportunity, right? It's my opportunity to make a stamp on the world. When I get another format that I can spread my message in, and I can put my stamp on it in a different way, it just makes me happy. It makes me happy because, people love to see the branding. People love my little ninja. People love all of that stuff. Great. So I want to absolutely use it. So there are also, there's another one called Animatron that I also have. And that one allows, between Animatron and Toonly, Animatron, it's a little bit more freedom oriented. You can it's a lot easier to start from a blank screen. And to me, that just makes it kind of easier to create things, obviously. But yeah, there are tons of programs out there. There's tons of software. Of course, I like my lifetime deals. I don't like to pay a subscription if I don't have to. So that's kind of where I got those. But back to the value. Back to the value of having something that kind of either explains your product or demonstrates your product in a little bit different way than just a talking head. Now, of course, talking heads have their place. I'm a talking head right now. But it's just another way to, it's like using different colors in a painting. It's like picking up a different brush. It's something that could reach a little different demographic. It could draw the eye of somebody who wasn't looking at you before. One thing to note when you're doing the videos, or when you're doing the animation, there are a couple of things that you should do that, maybe you're already doing them in video. But subtitles, people. Subtitles rule. They rule the internet. Why? Most people watch videos on silent. They do. So what they do when they're doom scrolling is they see a moving picture, which stops the scroll. Very important. And then they don't turn on the volume. They start reading and they see if it's, they look at the picture, they look at the moving picture, maybe something will catch their attention, then they'll start reading. Or some people just jump to cut to the chase, people, right? Some people just jump to the reading and then they're off. They decide whether you're important enough to listen to or not. Excellent. This is excellent stuff. You absolutely want people making that choice. When you have people making that choice, you get more qualified clients on your Zoom call or whatever you do to introduce yourself to clients and figure out if you guys are a fit together. You get more qualified people popping in because they have started making those choices. They've started making those choices to follow you and to participate with you in whatever way they see possible. Where do I get those sick goggles? Hey, thanks, Dariano Kira. Hope I got that right. These Amazon. Boop. These are Amazon, and they're from a company called, hold on, Glow FX. And they are magnificent. You're right. I also have another pair of goggles. Hold on while I grab these for you. These are goggles that my wife had made for me. And they're also awesomeness. Okay. These have purple lenses. Yes, purple. You can kind of barely see that, I think. And they also have a little clip with some little lenses on. They're so cool. The lenses had a little problem. I was giving somebody apparently a rather aggressive hug at an event, and the little lens fell off, and I need to fix it. But anyway, thanks for asking the question. So animation time. So where do you include this in your marketing repertoire? Those are I've talked about two kinds of long form animations, but of course there is more that you can do with that besides just everybody's normal, right? So for instance, generally when I come on for the show, I have a little video that plays. And in the video that plays, we've got 3 pictures of me talking to an audience from different angles or whatever. And then I have some words go by that say, engage your audience. I could just as easily do that in an animation. If I wanted if I wanted a particular show to be, centered around Spinning Dragon, which is my digital assistant, my little avatar. If I wanted something that was centered around her, I could do an animation featuring her. Why not? Send a little flying kick across the screen. Those types of things catch the attention. Now, I talked about also, if you're doing video, you always want to do subtitles, animation, technically a video. You want to do those subtitles. You want to absolutely have something to read there for people. That's one of the things that they use to decide if they want to pay attention to you or not. People these days need a distraction. They need a little something that will kind of draw them out of where they are right now. And we've always needed this, but we kind of especially need it right now. People, unless they're shopping or looking for something specific, when people go to these social networking places on the internet, they're not really looking. They're looking for a distraction. They're looking for a chance to scroll and maybe find something cool. Who remembers, and this was not an animation, but who remembers the Squatty Potty? That thing, how many views did it get? That was surprising. It talked about a subject that most people don't talk about. It caught your attention right away. And I remember the first time that I saw it, I'm one of those that flips to the reading right away. Started reading that and went, oh, I got to listen to this. And I backed the video up and I started it again. Not everybody has a television crew that follows them around. Not everybody has a closet full of costumes. I get it. But I like to shoot for the quality of that. I like to shoot for the quality of making their eyeballs go, what's going on? In one way, what we're doing when we're using animation, when we're using things that people don't typically always use, what we're doing is we're marketing the unexpected. I have some talents as a speaker. I do live events when we're all allowed to hang out in a room. I do a lot of summits and a lot of things like that. And people are they're either repelled immediately or they're totally drawn to me. And when folks are drawn to me, they're drawn because I do things that are not necessarily expected. I do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary. I do things that catch your attention. Animations catch people's attention. You don't have to do a full long video. You can tell a discrete story. Keep that animation between 2 and 3 minutes if you can. Animations can tell a discrete story, but they can also be a 30-second long animation. They can also just get across one idea and lay that breadcrumb out. Lay that breadcrumb out for people to follow a trail to get to you. Very important. Animation is something too that it has less physical limitations than shooting a video does. Because you can pretty much make anything happen in 2D. You can pretty much make anything happen. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. Y'all know, if you're devotees, that I watch an awful lot of science fiction. Well, those are pretty big budgets to put that stuff on video. Cartoon, though? Animation? Not very much. Much less money. And so a lot of those science fiction shows that I watch have, animation versions or animated series versions. So you don't need to tell a whole story if you don't want to. You can simply catch people's attention and focus it in a direction. Instead of putting out just an image today on Instagram, maybe think about putting out a little bit of a video, something with a little bit of motion. Because motion is cool. It catches the attention and it can focus people in a direction, and that direction is you. So, where do you put this in your marketing cycle? Obviously, to catch people's attention, good stuff. Um, the explainer videos, I'd put in personally, I put them in my marketing cycle a little bit. It's not right at the top, it's not right at the top because I want people to be interested before they click into a 2-3 minute explainer video. I want to have grabbed their attention already and made them go, "Who is that? What is she doing?" And then I can take them to the explainer stuff. That's a good way to use it. Also, I mean, I tend to use it everywhere in my marketing cycle because I like to mix things up. I like to, and especially if, and I've been using this a lot. I've been using this a lot in the course that I'm putting out that's brand new. I'm using animation in there to create a whole world, to create a little setting, to put some people, to immerse people in a little world with my marketing, with my course. And that, my friends, is the one of the neatest ways that I've used animation, or the longer form animation. So today we've talked a lot about long form animation. Lisa says I do micro videos with Canva. They're like a short fun on animation, 5 to 7 seconds. Yes, yes. Make it move. I don't know if y'all are Harry Potter fans, but in that first movie, he's standing in the zoo, and his what is it, cousin, he's standing at the glass pane and he's tapping the glass and he's telling his father to make it move. I need to grab that as a GIF to use, but make it move. That's what I have to say to you today. If you can make something move, catch the attention, stand out. It's hard to stand out. It's easier. Well, and if you use Canva, and we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow, Lisa, we're going to be talking about short form animation, GIFs. We'll talk a little bit more about Canva and stuff, but you can do a micro. You can do just a tiny little video. If you're making the thing in Canva anyway, you can press an animate button. You can make the words come in, make more of a statement. In the small time that you have to catch somebody, make a statement and focus them in a direction to find out more about you and what you do. To me, the long form stuff, I use it everywhere in the marketing cycle. I use it at the top. I usually put the shorter kind of long form animation at the top of the funnel, the beginning of the customer journey. I will put like more like 30-second videos and things like that instead of the longer 2-3 minute things. I'll put those at the beginning of the experience, and I will walk people into longer form video. And then after people are in my classes or doing stuff with me, then we get the long form video. Then we get the longer form, more immersive animation type stuff, like what's going to be in my class. I'm also teaching about how to use that in the class that I have coming out. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. It is gonna be epic. Epic Experience Formula is what it's called. And it is exactly what it sounds. I'm going to teach you how to do the things that I know how to do. And you can, and it's designed that where you can learn exactly what you want and come in and ask me questions. So really proud and happy to be launching that. I've got early bird pricing up until the end of the year. And also another full day event is coming. It's coming January 14th. It's a Thursday. I like holding my events on Thursdays. It's pretty cool stuff. And it's about a 6-hour event. We go over the secrets of ninja engagement marketing. We go over 3 main topics in that. It's really kind of a workshop because we play games, we workshop stuff, we talk about ideas, we get strategies for people to go out and start doing engagement marketing. So that one's January 14th. Signing up for that, super easy. Just go to Skyrocket Live. You can sign up for that thing. It's going to be a fun experience. And this time too, we have added some secret goodies. So come on and join us for that. If you want to join us for that, we would love to have you. Really recommend your live events. Liesel's been there, and I actually got to meet her in person. That was epic because we got to hang out together. It was really super cool stuff. So stop by the event. That's going to be awesomeness, and I'll be talking about the class from now until forever. Because I am really, really proud about it, and I'm really passionate to teach people how to do what I do. Most of the time in this show, we talk about what to do and why to do it. But in this class, I'm going to show you how. And that's going to be the game changer for a lot of people. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. IKEA, not IKEA, people. Listen, Liesel's from Sweden and she knows. So start saying IKEA because that's apparently the right way to pronounce that word. Thank you for joining us today, Liesel. Your input is always, always valuable. And that is what I have for you today. Oh, whoops. Sorry, my hand bumped something. That's what I have for you today. Thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow, we're talking about short form animation. We're talking about what Liesel was saying with the micro videos, with the 5 to 7 second, with the GIFs, with the really short, punchy things. Where do you use those in your marketing cycle? Where, how long should they be? What should they contain? What do you do? Why do you need them? And cover all that in tomorrow's show, people. So stop on by 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And with that, I just want to say I think that my audience is the coolest in the world. And hoping you join me tomorrow. That's it. I'll see you in a bot.